Hi, and welcome back to X's and O's with Dan Orlovsky, brought to you by Xfinity again, and I'm Mike O'Hare. And Dan, Detroit Lions are on their bye week. We want to look forward and we want to look back at the same time. We're going to do something a little bit different this week. We're going to have you scout the Detroit Lions instead of looking ahead to an opponent, because there isn't one. They're on their bye. When you look back at the first four games and the Lions are 2-1-1, the way they played, the results of the games, do you think they're on schedule, ahead of schedule, behind schedule in regards to where people might have thought where they'd be at this point of the season?
Well, I would say they're ahead of schedule with where maybe people thought they would be, but I'd say they're right on schedule with where they should be as a football team right now, and certainly within that division. You can make the case that they're 2 plays away from being a 4-0 football team, and that would be the thing that I would imagine Matt Patricia and his staff are pointing out to this football team, like, listen, you guys belong, right? This is not oh man, maybe we'll be okay. You're a good football team, and you took one of the best football teams in the NFL to the final play essentially this past weekend. So point out there is the chance, the pieces are there for you to become what you want to become if you clean this up or that up.
All right, Dan Orlovsky, we've got some plays here. Look, there are probably 250 plays they've run. We're going to break it down to four. And we're going to start with this touchdown pass in the opening game against the Arizona Cardinals to the rookie tight end, TJ Hawkinson. Give us the X's and O's. Tell us what you see on this one.
Well, first of all, two things stand out. One, this looks like the nine of old a little bit, right? This looks like a Matthew Stafford of old that, sometimes likes to break the pocket and navigate people where he wants them and has that little bit of a gunslinging mentality. But also, we've gotten the introduction to who I believe is going to be the next tight end star of the NFL for the next dozen years in TJ Hawkinson. The athleticism by the quarterback, you see the crossbody throw, but the awareness by the young tight end of knowing what's my quarterback trying to tell me, and then the big body throw or the big body that you can go throw the ball to. I think that's probably the thing that I've been most impressed with when it comes to this quarterback duo combination is they seem to be on the same page. Hawkinson has come in and seemed to understand his quarterback, Matthew Stafford, really well. And just as a person who's been around Matthew, but also a fan of cool football plays, this is one that's really nice to see because I believe that this is something that can make this offense really difficult is the broken play.
Let's move along to the Chargers game. Now, this is a 13-10 win. Certainly not an offensive juggernaut on either side. We've got a screen pass here to Kerryon Johnson. Look, until just this last game against the Chiefs, it's been tough going running the ball. But here, a touchdown pass on a screen pass. Give us the X's and O's. Tell us what you see and tell us what you think about Kerryon Johnson through the first four games.
Well, this is a play that a lot of teams in the NFL have run this year. It's a little bit of a flash fake, and then you fake the bubble screen to one way, and you bring the screen back into the boundary, and it's really trying to get a numbers advantage. The Lions get 3 blockers out front and only 3 defenders left on that side of the field. And so if everybody makes their block, you're obviously going to have a big play, which is what Kerryon Johnson is able to be the benefactor of too. But, the impact that Kerryon has made to this football team, because you're not only using him as your running back, but you are using him as a pass catching threat, which he's shown the ability to do that. But I said this morning, Mike, I think the Lions are on the verge of giving Matthew Stafford something he's never had. And that's a good, reliable, and consistent weapon at the running back and the running game position. So Kerryon Johnson has been what many thought he would be when he was drafted last year, and he's certainly adding it to this year. If they can continue to use him in both the run and pass and get their alignment out in space, it's going to add to this offense.
Well, he rang up 125 yards against the Kansas City Chiefs. Now let's move on to another game, Game 3 against the Eagles, a very, very tough road win for the Detroit Lions. Marvin Jones Jr. has been one of the guys that Matthew Stafford goes to, but in fact, he goes to all of them. But here's a touchdown pass on the first play of the fourth quarter. Give us the X's and O's, Danny O. Tell us what you see.
Yeah, we got to credit Darrell Bevitt a little bit, right? He's really come in and had this seamless transition into his offense of running the football and being multiple on offense and being varied with his personnel and formations, but at the same time staying aggressive in the pass game. And you see this down in the red zone where they motion Amendola 2 different ways, one way from the right and then bring him back across. Again, telling your quarterback information of are they man or zone. You're giving things for people to look at, but now you're taking a shot at the end zone in the red zone and you're protecting with 9 people, 8 people. So you're protecting your quarterback versus the pressure, but you're also giving him the opportunity to have a viable option to throw the football. A little play fake, you keep 8 guys in protection, and this throw is really something that I harp on for quarterbacks all the time. Make the appropriate throw. And this throw is if Matthew tries to fire this ball in here, It's the chance of it being undercut by the DB Sidney Jones are high, but the touch, the feathering of the football, the air that he allows Marvin to run to go chase that football down is something that Matthew does such a good job of. And you mentioned it, Mike. This offense is doing a really nice job of throwing to positions, not players. There is no singular guy. There's just a guy lined up into the position. He's the guy that should win, and that's been the case.
You know, and Danielle, before we move to the game against the Chiefs and the throw that was not feathered in, it's to Kenny Golladay. You mentioned the offense under Darrell Bevell, and my technical term would be a coach yelling, "Hey guys, spread out." Just tell us what Bevell has brought to this offense.
Well, an identity, right? I mean, so many teams in the NFL lack an identity of, are we going to be a team based on personnel? Are we going to be a team based on formations? Are we going to be a team that wants to throw it a ton? Are we going to be a team that wants to run it a ton? When you can give the identity of, we're going to be all those things, and it's not like a question mark tied to it, but an exclamation point, that's when you have the chance to be a good offense. And so he's brought a bunch of different personnels. He's brought a bunch of different formations. He's brought a bunch of good run game and the ability to throw the football. And they're doing that all relatively consistently. And again, they've done this through a month. They're only going to get better as an offense right now. And I'd say this, their quarterback looks like a guy who we've seen in the past as a confident player. And that's the biggest thing he's done.
And Danielle, we're going to go to this touchdown pass to Kenny Golladay. I don't have words for it. You take over. Tell us what you see. This is a great throw. It's like the old line, threw a ball through a car wash. The ball never got wet. Tell us what you see.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of those throws that I like to tag the line of not many people on the planet can make this throw. And it's really this skinny seam down to Golladay. They motion the back out. Kansas City kicks out a corner, so Matthew knows, okay, you're giving me zone. The middle of the field looks a little bit free, right? He feels some freedom. And right before the snap, Kansas City bails out. But put your eyes on the linebacker number 54, because Matthew knows once he turns his shoulders perpendicular to the line of scrimmage, not keeping them square or parallel, he's a dead man to Matthew. And as 54 turns sideways, this is called getting ear-holed by a quarterback. He knows that he could throw this ball off that linebacker's helmet or off his ear, and he's not able to turn and make a play on the football because of the turn of his shoulders. He's not square. Matthew knows my arm is strong enough, and I have such anticipation with this throw that this guy won't even see the ball. And as you can tell, the ball is behind him before he ever realizes, I need to stick my arm up. This, again, is a throw that only a rare and confident quarterback can make.
Well, the players liked it. The teammates liked it. I don't know if we have the jump there.
Look at Decker. I mean, if you wanted to, good thing that he was a first-round draft pick before this play, because if he had the vertical of this Indianapolis at the combine, he would have totally fell on draft. And I like the fist pump by the quarterback as well at the bottom of the screen by Matthew.
So you don't think Taylor got 12 inches on his vertical there?
I don't think Taylor got 6 inches on his vertical there.
All right, Dan Orlovsky, that's a wrap for this week. We'll be back next week at the X's and O's in the Xfinity studio. Take a look at the Green Bay Packers when they come back to play them on Monday night.
You got it.